After 12 years of marriage, my wife said she found her soulmate and walked away confidently. I stayed quiet, made one decision, and everything changed faster than she expected. I need you to understand something. David isn't just anyone to me. He's my soulmate. The connection we have, it's what I always thought marriage was supposed to feel like. I stood in our kitchen, coffee mug halfway to my lips, watching my wife of 12 years tell me she'd found her person. And apparently, that person wasn't me. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. I'm 41. She's 39. We have 2 kids, 10 and 7. Say something, Rebecca said, her arms crossed, defensive already. I set the mug down carefully. Didn't let it clatter. Didn't let my hand shake. How long? I asked. Does it matter? It does to me. She sighed like I was being difficult. For months. But it's not what you think. We haven't. We've been emotionally connected. That's deeper than anything physical. I nodded slowly. For months. For months of late-night texts she angled away from me. For months of book club on Thursdays. For months of her being distant in bed, distracted at dinner, detached during conversations about our kids' homework. I see, I said. That's it. That's all you have to say. I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman I'd built a life with. The woman who used to laugh at my terrible jokes and steal fries off my plate. The woman who'd cried happy tears when our daughter was born. What do you want me to say, Rebecca? I don't know. Fight for me. Tell me I'm wrong. Something. I picked up my coffee again. Took a sip. I'm not going to beg you to choose your own marriage. Her face flushed. You don't even care, do you? That's the problem. You never cared enough. I care, I said quietly. I'm just not going to compete for my own wife's attention with another man. If you've already decided he's your soulmate, then you've decided. Fine, she said, voice sharp now. Fine. I want a divorce. Okay. She blinked. Okay. Just like that. What else is there to say? You've made your choice. I'll call a lawyer tomorrow. She stared at me for a long moment. I think she expected tears. Maybe anger. Definitely not calm acceptance. I'm staying at David's tonight, she finally said. We can talk about the kids later. Sure. She grabbed her purse and walked toward the door. Stopped. Turned back. You know what? I thought you'd at least try. But this just proves I was right. You never really loved me enough. Then she left. I stood in that kitchen for 20 minutes after she drove away. Then I pulled out my phone and made 3 calls. First, to my lawyer, an old college friend who specialized in family law. Second, to my accountant. Third, to my brother. She left, he asked. About half an hour ago. Jesus. You okay? Not even a little bit. But I will be. What do you need? Advice. And maybe help moving some things this weekend. You got it. I didn't tell the kids that night. Didn't see the point in dropping that bomb before bed. Instead, I made their favorite dinner, homemade pizza, and we watched a movie together. My daughter cuddled into my side. My son asked where mom was. Work thing, I said. She'll be home soon. That satisfied them. Kids trust you until you give them a reason not to. The lawyer called me back the next morning. Based on what you've told me, we need to move fast. Document everything. Get copies of all financial records. I'm drafting paperwork now. How fast can we do this? If she's agreeable and everything's straightforward? 6 months, maybe less. Good. One more thing, he said. Don't leave the house. Possession matters. If you move out, it complicates things. I'm not going anywhere. Rebecca came back 3 days later. Walked in like nothing had happened. I was making breakfast for the kids before school. Morning, she said brightly. Too brightly. The kids ran to her. Mom, you've been gone forever. I know, sweetie. Work trip. But I'm back now. She looked at me over their heads. Smiled. I didn't smile back. After I dropped the kids at school, I came home to find her sitting at the kitchen table. We should talk, she said. About everything. I think I was hasty. I've been thinking, and maybe we can work through this. I poured myself coffee. Didn't offer her any. Work through what exactly? Us. Our marriage. I was emotional and confused, and David and I agreed that maybe we moved too fast. David and you agreed. Yes. Interesting. She frowned. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Just interesting timing. I'm trying here, she said, voice rising. I'm trying to save our marriage, and you're being cold. I sat down across from her. Rebecca, you told me another man is your soulmate. You said you wanted a divorce. You stayed at his place for 3 nights. Now you want to work through things. What changed? She looked away. I realized I was throwing away 12 years. Or what? Or David realized you come with 2 kids and split assets and actual responsibility. Her face went red. That's not fair, isn't it? You're being cruel. I'm being honest, I said. And here's some more honesty. I've already filed for divorce. The color drained from her face. You what? 3 days ago? You should be getting served papers tomorrow. You can't be serious. Completely serious. But I just said I want to work on things. I leaned back in my chair. I don't. She tried everything after that. Tears. Anger. Guilt trips. What about the kids? They'll adjust. Better than growing up watching their mother resent their father. I don't resent you. You told me your emotional affair partner was your soulmate. That's not resentment. That's worse. It's indifference. I made a mistake. You did. And I'm done paying for it. The papers were served on a Thursday. She called me 17 times that day. I answered once. This is really happening? She asked, voice small. Yes. Just like that? 12 years gone. You ended it 3 days ago, Rebecca. I'm just making it official. I want to fight for us. Now you do. What's that supposed to mean? It means you wanted to fight when it was convenient. When your backup plan didn't work out. That's not fighting for a marriage. That's settling for safety. Silence on the other end. David didn't choose you, did he? I asked quietly. More silence. Then crying. He said he needed time. That things were complicated with his ex-wife. So you came back to me. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. I hung up. My daughter asked about the tension 2 weeks later. Are you and Mom fighting? We were having a daddy-daughter breakfast, Saturday tradition. I chose my words carefully. We're going through some grown-up stuff, sweetie. But it has nothing to do with you or your brother. We both love you so much. Are you getting divorced? Kids are smarter than we give them credit for. Probably, yeah. Her eyes filled with tears. Is it my fault? I pulled her close. No. God, no. This is about Mom and me, not you. Never you. But I heard Mom crying. She said you won't forgive her. I closed my eyes. Sometimes grown-ups make mistakes that hurt too much to come back from. That doesn't mean anyone's bad. It just means things changed. Do you still love Mom? That was the question, wasn't it? I'll always care about her. She's your mom. But sometimes love isn't enough when trust is gone. She hugged me tighter. I don't want 2 houses. I know, baby. I know. The divorce moved faster than expected. Rebecca tried to drag it out at first. Then her lawyers saw our financial records. Saw that I'd been the primary earner. Saw that our house was in both names, but I'd paid 80% of the mortgage. Saw that I had documentation of her affair. Texts she'd left open on the iPad, location data, everything. Suddenly, she wanted to settle. We met for mediation 6 weeks after I filed. Sat across from each other in a sterile conference room. Her lawyer did most of the talking. Mine countered every point methodically. My client is willing to accept primary custody with generous visitation, her lawyer said. My client wants 50-50 custody, mine responded. He's been the more present parent for the past 5 years. We have documentation. Rebecca flinched. It was true. I'd been the one handling parent-teacher conferences after she started her career pivot 3 years ago. The one coaching soccer. The one doing homework help and bedtime routines. She'd been busy finding herself. Apparently, she'd found David instead. The house, her lawyer continued. My client would like to remain in the family home. My client purchased the home before marriage and has paid the majority of the mortgage. He's willing to buy out her equity stake at current market value. Rebecca leaned forward. That's our home. Our kids' home. I spoke for the first time. The kids will have a home with me. You can visit them there. You can't just take them from me. I'm not. But I'm also not giving up my home because you decided our marriage wasn't fulfilling enough. Her lawyer touched her arm. Whispered something. She sat back, jaw tight. We hammered out an agreement. 50-50 custody, alternating weeks. I kept the house. She got a cash settlement for her equity. Generous, actually. I kept my retirement accounts. She kept hers. Child support calculations came out roughly, even given our incomes. This is acceptable to your client? The mediator asked me. I looked at Rebecca. She looked smaller somehow. Defeated. Yes, I said. And yours? The mediator asked her lawyer. A long pause. Then Rebecca nodded. Fine. The day the divorce was finalized, I took the kids out for ice cream. Didn't tell them why. Just wanted to do something normal. Something that said life goes on. My son got chocolate. My daughter got strawberry. I got nothing. Just watched them enjoy their cones in the autumn sunshine. Dad, my son asked. Yeah, buddy. Are you sad? Sometimes. About Mom. About things changing. But I'm also okay. Because I still have you too. We're not going anywhere, my daughter said firmly. I smiled. Good. Neither am I. Rebecca started dating David officially about a month after the divorce finalized. She posted about it on social media. Some long caption about finding authentic connection and living your truth. My phone blew up with messages from mutual friends. Most of them supportive of me. A few asking if I'd seen it. I replied to none of them. 3 months after the divorce, Rebecca called me. Not about the kids. Not about logistics. Can we talk? She asked. We are talking. In person. Please. Something in her voice made me agree. We met at a coffee shop, neutral territory. She looked tired. Older somehow. Thanks for meeting me, she said. What's this about? She wrapped her hands around her cup. I wanted to apologize. Really apologize. Not for the divorce. I know it's too late for that. But for how it happened. For what I said. For hurting you. I waited. David and I broke up, she continued. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you? Yeah, actually. I don't wish you unhappiness, Rebecca. Her eyes filled. I was so stupid. I threw away everything for some fantasy. And now I've lost you. I've lost our family, and I've lost whatever I thought I had with him. What happened? Reality happened. Turns out soulmates still have to deal with bills and bad moods and boring Tuesdays. Turns out the excitement of an affair doesn't translate to a real relationship. I took a sip of my coffee. I could have told you that. I know. God, I know. So why are you telling me this? She looked up. Because I want you to know I was wrong. About everything. You were a good husband. A great father. I took it all for granted because it felt too easy, too comfortable. I wanted drama and passion, and I destroyed something real to chase something fake. Okay. That's it. What do you want me to say, Rebecca? I don't know. Maybe that there's a chance. There isn't. The words came out flat. Final. Not even to try? No. Why? I set down my cup. Because I spent 12 years trying. I tried to make you happy. I tried to be present, to be supportive, to be enough. And the moment something shinier came along, you told me I was never really what you wanted. That David was your soulmate. That the connection with him was what you always thought marriage should feel like. I was wrong. I know you were wrong. But that doesn't erase what you said. It doesn't erase what you did. And it doesn't make me want to sign up for round 2, waiting for the next time you decide I'm not enough. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I'm so sorry. I believe you. But sorry doesn't fix this. She reached across the table. I didn't take her hand. Is there anything I can do? She asked. Be a good mother to our kids. That's all I need from you now. That's really it? We're really done. We've been done since the morning you told me about David. But you didn't fight. You just let me go. I leaned back. You want to know why I didn't fight? She nodded. Because I have self-respect, Rebecca. Because I know my worth. And because fighting for someone who's already walking away just means you lose twice. Once when they leave, and again when you beg them to stay. That's not fair. Life isn't fair. Marriage isn't fair. But it's supposed to be a partnership. And you quit the team. You don't get to demand a rematch because free agency didn't work out. She wiped her eyes. I really did love you, you know. Maybe. In your way. But not enough. Not enough. Not enough to be faithful. Not enough to think before blowing up our family. Not enough to choose us when it mattered. She stood up. I should go. Probably. She grabbed her purse. Hesitated. For what it's worth, you're going to make someone really happy someday. Maybe. But that's not why I'm doing this. Doing what? Moving on. Living my life. Raising our kids. I'm not doing it to find someone else. I'm doing it because I deserve to be chosen first. And I'm done settling for less. She left. I sat there for another 20 minutes. Finished my coffee. Watched people come and go. Couples holding hands. Parents wrangling toddlers. Life happening all around me. 6 months after that conversation, I got a text from an unknown number. Hey, it's David. Can we talk? I stared at it for a long time. Deleted it without responding. The kids adjusted better than I expected. They had their moments, meltdowns, questions, sadness. But they adapted. Kids are resilient like that. We fell into a routine. My weeks with them were full. Homework, activities, family dinners, movie nights. Rebecca's weeks were hers. I didn't ask what she did with them. Didn't interfere unless there was a problem. We kept communication strictly about the kids. A year after the divorce, my daughter asked me something. Dad, are you ever going to date again? We were folding laundry, a Sunday ritual. Maybe someday. Why? Because you seem happy, but also lonely sometimes. Smart kid. I am happy. And yeah, sometimes lonely. But I'm okay with that for now. I'm learning to be happy just being me. That's good, she said. But I think you'd be a really good boyfriend. You're nice and funny, and you make really good pancakes. I laughed. High praise. I'm serious. You deserve someone who thinks you're great. Thanks, sweetheart. Just not someone mean. Or someone who makes you sad. Deal. I did eventually start dating. Nothing serious at first. Just coffee dates and dinners. Remembering how to be someone besides a husband and father. It felt strange at first. Then nice. Then normal. I ran into Rebecca at our son's soccer game 2 years after the divorce. She was with someone new. Not David. Someone who looked normal. Boring, even. Hi, she said. Hi. Awkward silence. This is Trevor, she offered. I shook his hand. Nice to meet you. You too. Heard a lot about you. I bet. Good things, I hope. He smiled uncertainly. Our son scored. We all cheered. The moment passed. Later, after the game, Rebecca pulled me aside. He seems nice, I said before she could speak. He is. Very stable. Good. You deserve stable. She studied my face. You mean that? I do. You've changed. We all have. You seem happy. I am. I'm glad. She meant it, I think. Me too, I said. For both of us. My son ran over, grass-stained and grinning. Did you see my goal? I did. You were amazing. He hugged me, then ran to his mom. Back and forth between us. Not choosing. Just loving. The way it should be. That night, after I put the kids to bed, I sat on my back deck. The house was quiet. Mine. Truly mine. I thought about the man I'd been 3 years ago. Standing in that kitchen, coffee mug frozen halfway to my lips. Hearing my wife tell me about her soulmate. I'd stayed quiet that morning. Made one decision. And everything changed faster than she expected. But not faster than I needed. People ask me sometimes if I regret how I handled it. If I should have fought harder. Gone to therapy. Given her another chance. I tell them the truth. No. Because fighting for someone who's already gone just delays the inevitable. Because you can't therapy your way out of someone choosing to betray you. Because second chances are for people who are sorry before they get caught. I'm 44 now. Dating someone I met through a friend. She's kind. Patient. Thinks I'm funny. Chooses me every single day. And I choose her back. My kids like her. That matters. Rebecca seems okay with it. That matters less. The house is fuller now. Laughter in the kitchen. Someone to share coffee with in the mornings. Someone who doesn't take me for granted. Someone who understands that love is a choice you make over and over. Not a feeling that just happens when someone new shows up. I saw David once. In a grocery store. He didn't see me. I watched him for a moment. Thought about saying something. Decided against it. He looked ordinary. Tired. Like everyone else buying eggs and milk on a Tuesday. Not a soulmate. Just a guy. A guy who helped blow up my marriage. And then moved on. The same way I did. Sometimes late at night, I think about that kitchen conversation. About the moment Rebecca told me she'd found her person. About the look on her face when I said okay. She wanted drama. Wanted me to fight and beg and prove my love through desperate action. Instead, I gave her clarity. Cold, clean, final clarity. And that, it turns out, was the kindest thing I could have done. For both of us. Because the thing about soulmates is this, they're not real. There's no perfect person out there who completes you. They're just people. Flawed, complicated, beautiful people. And you choose them. Every morning. Through the boring parts and the hard parts. Through the fights and the forgiveness. Through the years that turn passion into partnership. That's marriage. Not lightning bolts. Not destiny. Just choice. Rebecca learned that the hard way. I learned it by watching her learn it. And now we're both better for it. Living separate lives. Co-parenting successfully. Being kind when we cross paths. But never going back. My daughter told me recently that her friends' parents are fighting all the time. I told her at least if they get divorced, it'll get better. Like it did for us. You think things are better? I asked. Yeah. You and Mom are way nicer to each other now than you were before. She wasn't wrong. I'm sorry you had to go through it, though. It's okay, Dad. You're happier now. That makes us happier. Out of the mouths of babes. I am happier. Genuinely, deeply, surprisingly happier. Not because I'm with someone new. But because I chose myself. Because I refused to beg for crumbs of affection from someone who'd already decided I wasn't enough. Because I understood that staying quiet and walking away was more powerful than any fight I could have put up. The divorce was finalized 3 years ago this month. The kids are thriving. Rebecca is in therapy. David is someone else's problem. And I'm sitting on my deck, watching the sunset, coffee in hand. Peaceful. Whole. Free. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is nothing at all. No fighting, no begging, no competing, just a quiet decision. And the patience to let everything else fall into place. It changed everything faster than she expected, but exactly as fast as I needed.